What's cracking, people? It's your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So listen, today I just wanted to issue a response to a video that the Field Master, aka Uncle Rom, aka Ron Wills, put out the other day regarding men being viewed as a piece of meat. And the first thing that I want to point out is that the video is not referring to just any man. It's not referring to the slouches. It's not referring to the video game playing, malt liquor sipping, pizza eating, sitting on the couch playing Madden Kings. Not referring to those men. It's not referring to those guys at the office who feel that their degrees is what makes them superior to other men. No. The piece of meat reference refers to that guy who is in the gym working on his body. The piece of meat reference is referring to that guy who has developed his raw sexual nature and has it on display. That piece of meat reference refers to the guy who has a curated style that presents his signature look, and that guy who walks with a bit of confidence. The piece of meat reference refers to the guy who all he has to do is walk into a room and he is noticed. He turns heads and becomes the object of desire for women. Now, that is the type of guy that in my world, the exotic entertainment world, I would look at a person and say, are you someone who has those materials that can be taken to the next level? You see, when a woman refers to a guy, or a guy is referred to as a piece of meat, that's only the beginning. He has the potential and the ability to take that to a higher level, to take that to the alpha showpiece level, if he's willing to put in the work and to listen and to come under the direction and guidance of a seduction master. But there's another piece to that I want to add. In a previous video, I mentioned my criteria for selecting the type of guy who I would deem worthy of entering the space that I move around in. I look for the knuckle dragging, pussy grabbing, hella savage soul snatcher. And what that means is the other side of being referred to as a piece of meat or being objectified by women means that you cannot give a fuck about that objectification. You see, the average man, he just wants to be the leader of his family. He wants to start a family. He wants to lead. He wants to provide and protect for his legacy. At the beginning and end of the day, that's how most men are built. You just want to provide and protect a legacy. That's it. However, there's a certain level of men who are wired and designed and built genetically by nature, naturally, to want to explore, discover, to conquer, to expand horizons, to be away from a place called home, to have multiple places that he calls home, to expand the footprint of his domain to new spaces. And that type of man does not have any qualms about being referred to as a piece of meat. I can remember multiple times when I was hosting parties or operating in the show space, where the introduction to a woman would be, "Hi, what's your name? Welcome. It's great to have you here. What do you do for a living?" Literally, when a piece of meat tries to engage with a woman on a common or practical level, that sets off something in her mind that is tantamount to anger. I have definitely been in situations where a woman gets upset that you're not playing the role of a piece of meat. You see, in my world, when women have to pay a cover, right, as opposed to having things paid for them. When a woman has to pay for her own drinks, and when a woman is in a space where she is the one who's expected to tip and to make it rain on the guy, she has a certain level of expectations for that guy. When a woman comes to a show to see pieces of meat, that is what she wants. She wants something that she can sink her teeth into. She wants something that can pick her up, flip her around, do all those things that the average guy would be too timid and too shy and too withdrawn and too judgmental about doing to her. That's why she pays to come into my world. And you better believe that myself and the men that I train are more than ready, willing, and able to provide that service. So the other side to that, though, is when you are constantly objectified, when you have a greater capacity than just presenting your body for profit, then it starts to wear on your psyche. And when people don't appreciate you for the level of depth, the level of intellect, and the level of worldliness that you have and that you're able to bring into a space, there needs to be a balancing of that. So when a man makes a statement, oh, women just view me as a piece of meat, I can understand that. However, what a man in that position needs to understand and needs to develop is an ability to compartmentalize that, and then in a given space release that. So a part of the training that I provide for my technicians is the holistic sense of self-centering, going to a space of visualization, putting together rituals that include spa days, getting massages, meditation, releasing all of these pent up and compartmentalized feelings, thoughts, and emotions that don't normally get to be displayed when interacting in those spaces with people of the opposite sex and even other men. This is the view that allows for a well-developed man to completely evolve in his masculine mastery. And that is always the goal. Masculine mastery is always the goal of a high-level technician. So this is my response to the Field Master's video, A Piece of Meat. Once again, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.